It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports, and tonight's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the football team and the Titans, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. This crowd here fired up for football as a moment ago their Titans were introduced. This should be a good one as the Titans get set to match up with the Washington football team. Brandon Godwin, my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Titans in this matchup, and this is going to be a heck of a chess match. This offense against a defense that will take no prisoners out there.
It's going to be a big-time battle, and I think that both of these teams have that mindset of, we're going to do what we do and make the other guys react to us. And we've definitely got a couple of headstrong coordinators who won't back down from the challenge. So this will be a battle of wits as much as it'll be a battle of brawn.
Has us all set, and we are underway from Nashville, Tennessee. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Fitzpatrick now to throw on first down. And Thomas has it. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
That catch good for only a couple.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd went to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
On 3rd down, Fitzpatrick. That's caught. It's DeAndre Carter. And they're going to have this all the way down deep into Tennessee territory. A huge play there for Washington.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
So the big play means just like zone now on 1st down. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. Touchdown. Logan Thomas, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And Washington takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk in the 20. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. That's taken in by Ferkser. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
On 1st down, it's Tannehill. Man open, that's Chester Rogers. And he's brought down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Chase Young in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of. You definitely would like to have hit on that one because now you've got a 3rd and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Chase Young, his 2nd sack of the night. Now, the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. He's going deep for Brown. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
Well, it's almost. As if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense humming here in the early going.
And a quick throw here. That's complete. Touchdown, Washington.
Touchdown.
Curtis Samuel. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
Extra point. Game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. A fairly short kick from the 14. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Titans. He goes 86 yards on the kick return. And the Titans have made this a one-score game. I know a lot can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is,
He gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. DeAndre Carter returning it. And nowhere to go. He only makes it to the 5.
well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
Let's go. And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
To throw again on second down. Fitzpatrick. That's into the hands of his tight end, Bates.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On first and 10, it's Gibson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. Fitzpatrick to throw it. Throw right side complete to Carter. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Partner sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, we're going to sell the go. Just go, and let's see who's faster.
And he finds McLaurin. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 40 yards. And Washington going to add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. A fairly short kick from the 14. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Time again to see what Ryan Tannehill and the Titans can do. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
Derrick Henry. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
On second down, here's Henry. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
I remember watching Derrick Henry come out of Alabama and sitting with some scouts, and one of the debate points with him was, While at Bama, how often did he have to deal with contact near the line of scrimmage? They were so good up front that he often got to the side.
And it's a Titans touchdown. Julio Jones, 41 yards. And the Titans are able to make this a close game again. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. When they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And the lead will shrink to 6. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Here's Carter now on the return. I don't know what was going on there, but the end result, this is going to be a... Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offensive meetings, but Charles, something tells me that one wasn't in the plan.
Yeah, when we had our production meeting, they didn't exactly share that with us. But I'm pretty sure that on the play sheet, the run backwards into your own end zone play was not written down.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Tennessee, and it's the homestanding Titans in possession as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Fitzpatrick going to give to Gibson. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. From the gun, Fitzpatrick. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin. With his second touchdown here in this first half. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. Now Joey Sly for the point after. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Cameron Batson now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, A lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. Now Tannehill out to his left. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll try the left side with and inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Allowed them to move the ball on offense, but I tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides, but to see the ball in the running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
And this announcer kind of speechless, cannot explain what just happened there. Utter lunacy. He ran the wrong way the length of the field and gave up a safety. Oh, my. All I can say is that baby might have just set the game of football back 40 years. Maybe 50, maybe 60.
Let's just go for 70. Just keep going.
The game never started.
Because there's no way I can analyze that. There's just no way.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. From the 50, it's Tannehill. He's got the tight end Ferkser right side complete. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll make this a 2nd down. Here's Tannehill. That's complete to his tight end Ferkser. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
For many teams, you evaluate to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked by Fuller. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question.
I don't know what was going on there, but the end result, this is going to be a safety. Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offensive meetings, but, Charles, something tells me that one wasn't in the plan.
Yeah, when we had our production meeting, they didn't exactly share that with us, but I'm pretty sure that on the play sheet, the run backwards into your own end zone play was not written down.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today. Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ball game.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. A handoff for Gibson. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Fitzpatrick now. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Harold Landry able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. Back deep, Chester Rogers. He'll send this up into the Nashville skyline, and it's a good one. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. Tennessee offense set to go again. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Meanwhile, Tannehill's throw into the hands of Ferkser here. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Tannehill. The left side completion to Jones. And he will have a Titans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Tannehill. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Tannehill. Jones goes diving, and he's got it.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You circle the Pro Bowl? Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
On 1st down, Tannehill. He's going to let this one go deep. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on third down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. And that is incomplete. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with fourth down. They snap it to Tannehill. Man open, here is Jones. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Let's go.
A reminder coming up here at halftime, we'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. Tannehill's throw here into the hands of Jones. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Yards on each of the last 2 plays, and they're picking up big chunks now. And talk over what to do next. To the air again, Tannehill. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Rodgers. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. To throw is Tannehill.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Shuffle the puppies as well. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Montez Sweat. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy. Well, who needs a halftime? Am I right? Let's resume play. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Here comes Ryan Tannehill now, leading his offense back out there. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, well, get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little, kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Tannehill. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Tannehill on 1st down. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now it's Tannehill. And my goodness, another interception. William Jackson with a pick. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Here's Fitzpatrick. His throw incomplete. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Now on comes the Washington field goal unit. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is make sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Tannehill now to throw. And that is incomplete. He was trying to get it to A.J. Brown that time. And it's 2nd down.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else, ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 28.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And down inside the 15 he goes.
Let's go. You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
From the red zone now, Tannehill. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. Open man, Julio. Touchdown, Tennessee. Julio Jones. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Titans are within a 2-point conversion of tying this game.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
Decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. So they've kicked it. I don't like to chase a lot of points, but I also don't know what kicking it.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's except in certain situations. That sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
A first down throw for Fitzpatrick. Catch up to him and take him down. Jeez, where was he going? A huge loss there. Bud Dupree, a sensational effort by him, and that is one of the biggest losses you'll ever see on a sack. And Fitzpatrick's throw taken in by Samuel. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. To throw, Fitzpatrick. And that is incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Titan football. And now let's discuss Julio Jones. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really anything. But the best part for him.
And now here is another interception. They're set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Following the interception here, Fitzpatrick. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
But listen, when you've got the lead, there's absolutely no sense trying to fit a ball in where you shouldn't. You can see the coaching in his head taking place on that play because he saw he had a receiver in the area. He just put it well over his head out of harm's way.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Fitzpatrick. Get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And this will be gathered up in the end zone. And that's a defensive touchdown. And a big turning point here in the second half, Charles, after that play.
All you're trying to do is change momentum, flip things around for your team. You're just trying to take the ball away. That way, when you take it away and score, that really changes things.
Bullock good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 5. And Carter deciding not to bring this one out. Fitzpatrick and the rest of the Washington offense back out onto the field. He has seen the halftime lead evaporate, and his first half play hasn't really carried over to the second half.
You just saw a fumble.
And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. That's sacked by the DN, Danico Autry. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Bud Dupree in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
They still can't get him. Runs through the contact. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Titans are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over 1st and 10. A first down carry for Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. They were trying to go to Brown once again, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Now Tannehill. He's going deep for Brown. Touchdown, Titans. 3 touchdown passes now for Ryan Tannehill, and the Titans get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point up and good by Bullock, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. I don't know what was going on there, but the end result, this is going to be a safety. Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offense.
Was not written down. Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Henry. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. Room here to run. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Well, Derrick Henry, the league's leading rusher in 2019. You wouldn't think a man that big could motor like that, but he can all right, and he proved it right there.
And that's why he's one of the best running backs in the game today, because this run combined all the elements. Started with patience, and he was just waiting for the right lane to materialize. Then once he saw it, he used his speed and escapability in tandem and turned this into a tremendous play.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on next-gen stats. Bullock good on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And nowhere to go. He only makes it.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Fitzpatrick now to throw on 1st down. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
A good gain on 1st has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Gibson here running out of the gun. And they're able to bring him down at the 20.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
On 1st and 10, Fitzpatrick. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Danico Autry, his 2nd sack of the night. Throwing on 2nd and long. Fitzpatrick over the middle, and it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Washington on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and forever. He'll get that one to Carter complete. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll go. It's Gibson. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. To throw is Fitzpatrick. And Thomas has it. And some space here. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A big play there on the catch and run. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Fitzpatrick. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it a second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Throwing again on second down. Fitzpatrick looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. He's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
2nd and 10. Fitzpatrick. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Gibson. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
This is a tough situation offensively because down 3 scores, the field goal kicker's not even going to come into play here. As an offensive play caller, though, you know you have to take chances. This is a time to get creative.
One more time with Gibson. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Throwing Fitzpatrick. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So now 4th and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to go for it right here. The clock's dwindling on me. Let's go get it done.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Titans defense will celebrate the goal line stand. And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it. And does Washington have it? They do.
After that play, I think we know one quarter. He'll be extremely happy if his defense can hold the opposing team to a field goal here.
From the 13. Now they work on 1st and 10. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. From the 13 now they work on 1st and 10. Fitzpatrick now after the fumble recovery. And he is going to be run down. What a disaster there. A huge loss. Bud Dupree make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game. After the sack on 1st down, Fitzpatrick. And do not ask me to explain what in the world happened there, folks. That's a safety in the strangest of ways, my word. Well, Charles, I've heard of backing up to avoid the rush. I think this takes that to a whole new level.
And not upper level either.
Take it at the 37.
Let's go. Do it. For a quick second there, I thought we were about to have a repeat performance of a kickoff return for a touchdown. This guy's on fire today.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They'll run it again with Henry. Pushes him aside at the 45. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 102 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
On 2nd down, it's Henry. He gets away from one. And he's going to be stopped close to the first down marker at Washington's 12-yard line. 32. The Titans on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And the busy night for Henry continues. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Meanwhile, Tannehill's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't it?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And it's caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Cameron Curl. He's at the 50, 30, 10, and he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
And the Titans are going to recover the football. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, to say that this has not been his game is probably a big understatement. I mean, he is all over the place. Mechanics are off, not accurate.
except if you're playing on defense, because they picked off a good number of passes.
Yeah, all the INTs, but they're throwing it off his back foot. Pressure coming, just chucking it downfield. He can't do that right now.
No, you can't do that at all. And I think one of the hardest things for a guy having a day like this one is to find a way to just kind of get out of it, kind of get yourself back to neutral. Because what you try and do is make even more spectacular.
Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Throwing now, Tannehill. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Fitzpatrick. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
Finding Samuel. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Clock running as Washington will try and hurry up. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 45, and his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. William Jackson with a pick, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Well, in all likelihood, this ball game's still over. I mean, even with the interception, 2-score game, they need a miracle.
Curious decision to even throw the ball in that situation, but maybe they saw a stacked line of scrimmage and said, hey, it's better to try and throw than to try and run against it. In any event, I think you're exactly right. Now, the other team can pad their stats, but I don't think they're going to win.
Yeah, but still, don't change the channel just yet. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. He's going to let it fly. Oh, wide open, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Now Fitzpatrick. Thomas has got it, complete. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Here's Fitzpatrick. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
With no timeouts left, that's a dangerous proposition. Work in the middle of the field. Fortunately for them, that one fell incomplete.
Fitzpatrick to throw. This is caught, and he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Extra point by Sly is up and good as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least one play. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though, now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.